Hey folks, we made it down to Wyerton just in the nick of time. We wanted to come out and scope some spots and maybe do a scout before tomorrow morning's hunt. And we see I've got four hens out in front of me here. Diane's on the gun first. Like I said, we just were crashing through here real quick just to try and catch this last little bit to see if there was any birds in the field. And I think we're going to set up here tomorrow because there's 2 monster toms. Just when you think you have a plan, or we have a plan, which was those birds across the road, there's a dozen birds over there and probably 3 fans I can see. I'd love to get a double. It's been a while. And tomorrow morning might be the morning. You know what? We're going there in the morning. Life offers no guarantees, but the one thing we've learned for sure is that the time we have is indeed precious. The more time we spend with family, friends, and with nature can make the difference between living a good life and living a great one. Join us on our quest to be participants rather than observers, to learn from our mistakes, to share our successes and our failures, as we spend all of the time we have chasing our dreams, fueling our passion, and fueling the fire in the great outdoors. So we got a dozen birds out there. And there's 5 big toms. And then a bunch of jakes and some hens. We saw them in here yesterday, but we just can't seem to get them, work them any distance. It's about 2 degrees, it's cold. Maybe that has something to do with it, but we'll keep trying here and see if we can get them to come up and visit our decoys. They seem to be moving a bit now. Is our safety off?
My lead is on, my safety's on. Through those branches.
Yeah, you can shoot through there.
What?
You can shoot through there.
Okay, I'm on him. Are you on him?
Yeah.
The front one?
Yeah. No. What happened? Why didn't you shoot that bird?
Well, I didn't have my sticks in the right spot. And seeing as I'm shooting a bazooka,
I think it's called a Benelli, but
I mean Benelli Super Bazooka.
Supernova.
No, I think I would have been fine without the sticks, but when I was ready to shoot, they were lined up. Or you said, not, just wait.
Yeah, that one was sneaking in behind it. Maybe we'll hold out for a tom this go around. Or maybe not.
That was not on my mind.
It was on my mind.
But I felt ready. My sight was on, the light. My safety was off.
Yeah, it was right, pull the trigger time. Well, we've got some walking stocks to do yet, and a run and gun. You never know. We might pull it off yet. Maybe more birds will come in. We'll just wait for some more turkeys to come close.
There were 16 last night, the final count.
Yeah, 16.
That was only 5. There's 10 more.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Alright, so we got our target. Our target tom is in the field. This is one of the unkillable birds that we were talking about. He's fanned up there, but I think he's got 3 hens with him. So, how to close that last 70 yards? He's about 100 yards away. All right, they're about 80 to 100 yards on the other side of this barn. And we need to squeeze across this opening and get onto some cover. And if we can do that, we might have a shot at the unkillables. Wait, I think that's a hen. Safety off. Just breathe nice and slow. He's still too far. Are you okay? Gotta watch this hen, she's looking at us. He's gonna come this way, because that hen is to the right, so he's gotta come this way. Yeah, I think you can take him there. Next time he puts his head up. When it's nice and high like that.
Well, we put ourselves in the opportunity to get a tom. Now I call these birds the unkillable toms. There's 3 of them, and as you saw, they came in, they flared up, they skirted all the way around us, and then we hatched the plan. What was the plan?
So we were gonna go to an opening, and we're like, we know where these toms are coming, and then I'm like, Dad, look over there. And 2 of the toms have escaped our notice somehow and are like going along the opposite fence line, and we have to stay super still. And then we're like, okay, they can't see us anymore. So then we move, and then
They busted us. But I did see a fan flare up on the other side, and in comes the gobbler. And I think the rest is on me. I'm the guide, I'm the caller, and I told Darcy it was about 40 yards. It was actually 47 yards. She's used to shooting around 30 yards, and she took a shot, squeezed it off. Were you nervous?
I was so nervous. I think that's partly on me too. I was so shaky. I was like, this is on him, I think.
You know what? It looked good. It looked like we had the chance, but as you saw, he flew away into that that further field, and then he ran through the grass there and took off, and made him all the wiser. That'll make him harder to kill, making him more unkillable.
Unkillable bird.
But you know what? Humility is an important lesson to learn, and the outdoors always does that for me. And now today, it's done it for you. It inspires us to practice a little bit more, to be a little bit more patient. Maybe I should have waited there a little bit more to try and bring him in, but we're out here fueling our passion, fueling the fire, and getting outdoors. Now let's go do a run and gun.
Another morning sit is done. A little bit of rain this morning. We worked all morning for that one little interaction with a hen that came in and checked out our setup in about 60 yards. But trying to practice my calling and trying to see if I could get a purr that would work to try and get her to come a little bit closer. It's always good to try and do something like that. We'll be at it again today, maybe a run and gun.
Yay, my favorite.
These 3:45 mornings are taking their toll. Okay, we just started to walk into Gord's, and I see all of those turkeys that we know are in here. They're all down in the cow pasture. So we're gonna try and sneak past these cows and then get around those cows and get in front of those birds.
Easy as pie.
Easy as turkey pie. I'll tell you, you're just gonna squeeze. Okay, there's a hen right there. Don't move. And that was an awesome run and gun. Just wasn't the right sex of bird. They were coming and I went and looked. And a hen ran, but there was a whole bunch of other ones. Toms and Jakes. So we busted down, up and around to try and get in front of the birds as they're moving through this pasture, but we're gonna be patient on this one and see what happens here. But man, that was fun.
That was cool.
They were so cool, or she was so close. Like, I thought she was gonna, she's gonna eat out of our hands. We're on Gord's farm, and we've got gobblers to my left, and we've got a gobbler down by the barnyard. So hopefully, because we saw these turkeys in here yesterday, and we got real close in on that hen, like 8 yards, she was with another group, and I think they're gonna pass right through this little pasture take any one of them.
What should happen?
Front one. No, this way. Come here. This way.
Oh, this sun's right.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Oh man, I don't know how many times we can get close and not pull it off. That big tom, or those two toms, what I thought was about 40 yards, when we ranged it, it was 50 plus. So I'm glad Darcy held off. We're trying to get her first bird before she goes to university, and it looks like you're gonna have to wait.
Oh well, what's another year?
What's another year when you're turkey hunting? I don't think I shot my first turkey till I was, I don't know, into my 30s, so
I got time.
we have some time left. I'm coming back next weekend, try and pull it off. We have a new setup over here. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the program. Now, this spring, we tried as hard as we could and we could not get it done for spring turkey. The summer's gone by. We had a great fall. Shot a moose with my bow. And we're into deer season. I had to bring Darcy back to school to McMaster from her fall break. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna take a shot at fall turkey. I've never hunted turkeys in the fall. I know they don't respond to the calls like they do in the spring. And it's more of a run and gun, bust up the flock, try and get them to reassemble. We came in last night, set up this morning in the rain. And Gord says that he's been seeing turkeys down by the highway here in this little meadow. So we're gonna set up here, we're gonna see what happens. Even though I don't have my hopes crazy high, I'm ready to take a hen or a jake or a tom because they're all legal in the fall. I just want to do that turkey loaf, that rolled turkey loaf that I love so much. We'll see what happens here. We're all set up and the rain is about to stop. I thought this morning is a bust, but they're coming back. There's a mess of them too. There's a ton. I'm gonna get ready. There's no jakes. They're all hens and poults. Well, there you have it. Ah, man, that's my first fall turkey. I tried to pick the biggest hen out of the bunch. I have my bow and I put on these blood sport tips because I didn't want to ruin my rage in the cage for deer. So I missed a shot with my bow. I pulled out the Benelli and I had to seal the deal on a crazy long season. I want to go see this bird.
My first fall turkey. A nice big hen. Man, she made me wait for about 3 hours this morning as they were coming in. She's probably a 10-pound bird. I guess that's what they do in the fall. That's about how big they are. Cool little fan. I saw this one earlier actually. She was actually fanning up when she was preening because I could see these two short feathers on the tail end. Oh, couldn't get it done with the bow, and we had a real long turkey season this spring. I'm tickled. Benelli did its job. It was my backup today, and we got it done. My first fall turkey. We're out here fueling our passion, fueling the fire, and getting outdoors. We'll see you next week.